Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are doing well. So guys, I have completed the Power BI playlist on my YouTube channel. So if you are new, you can visit my YouTube channel Data Den with Prashant and you can enjoy the complete playlist of Power BI in Hindi. Apart from that, I have also created the SQL Basic to Advanced in Hindi, where I have explained the SQL from the basic to advanced. If you learn the SQL and Power BI, you must watch this video. And today we will discuss about the development of a Power BI dashboard from the scratch. Whatever we have learned from our playlist, we will try to accumulate all the knowledge and will develop this kind of dashboard from the scratch. So the data we have in the Excel, which I will basically going to give in the description, you can download from there, and from that data we're going to develop this kind of dashboard. So let's get started. Before developing any Power BI dashboard, it is very important to explore the data whatever you have. So first we will give the quality time on the data. We will understand each and every parameter, each and every columns on the data. Then we'll start to import into Power BI and we'll develop the dashboard. So let's get started. So guys, I already having this data, which is nothing but a cyber security data, right? So in this data, if you see, I have a lot of columns. I have a country, I have a year, attack ID, target industry. I hope this Excel is visible to you. Let me increase the font size of this. Yeah, now fine. I think financial losses in $1,000,000. Okay, number of affected users from the each attack or each cyber attack, how many users are affected, that is the what it is reflecting over here. Then attack source, from which source the attack has been taken place. Now security vulnerability type, what kind of vulnerability was in the system which basically lead to the cyber attack. Then defense mechanism, the system, the institution or the industry, what kind of defense system used to tackle this kind of a cyber security. This is the basically the column information. In this column, this kind of information is given. Now, incident resolution time, basically to solve the resolution time, basically to solve that kind of attack, how much time it has taken. So if you take the very first one, very first entry of this data, so in country France in 2015, attack ID is ML345. What is this ML345? Let's try to understand which kind of attack is this. So in other sheet, the attack description is mentioned over attack ID, attack type. So ML365 is malware. So I can say in 2015 in France, malware attack was done on which industry? Education industry. Well, how many like dollar the institution has lost? Actually, it is $15.76. And number of affected user, how much? It is 424. An attack source, who has attacked basically nation state. Okay. Security vulnerability type, what kind of vulnerability was available in the system of the education, whatever it is, the website or whatever it is, a database, what kind of vulnerability was there. So this malware was injected in the system. It was unpatched software. Okay. So it was, the software was not patched properly. So that's why this is the one of the vulnerability which lead to this cyber attack. Now, what kind of mechanism are used to tackle this situation? So the antivirus has used to basically tackle this. And how many hours it took to resolve this? 58 hours. So this kind of a data we have in our sheet. Now, if you see, we have total 3000 of rows in our data, right? 3001. But if you see the data, excluding the header, we have a 3000. And how many rows we have? We have basically 10 different columns available. 10 different columns and 3000 rows. So based upon this data, we will develop a dashboard like this. So I have opened the fresh Power BI dashboard where I have not even imported the data as well. So what I'll do first, I will arrange this layout and then we will import the data and we understand each and every parameter of developing the Power BI dashboard. So let's get started. So what I'll do, I'll just decrease the little font size to 100% so it fit to my window. Okay. Now I'll go to the format your page. okay, in the format your page, I will basically click on the canvas setting. So once you click on the canvas setting, you must do this custom. Okay, in the custom, you give the height 774 pixel and width is basically 1280, sorry, 1270 pixel. Okay, and this vertical element should be middle. That's perfect. Now I'll go to the canvas background. In the canvas background, basically make this to black. Let me arrange to this black. But as I change this to color black, it is still white. So you need to reduce this transparency. So I'll reduce this to basically 0. So once you do to 0, it will be completely black. But I don't want that. So I'll keep this 28%. Okay. So little grayish color should be. Now this layout is ready. What I'll do now, I'll import the data. To import the data, whatever data I have, this Excel sheet, I'll try to import this. So I have saved this data on my local system, and you also please download from my description and save in your local wherever you want, in the desktop or downloads, wherever you prefer. Okay. Now I'm in the home. I'll click on get data. In the get data, there is an option Excel workbook. I'll click on this Excel workbook and I'll navigate to that Excel wherever I have. So this is the Excel which I want to import. I'll select this and I'll click on open. Perfect. I'll click on open and it will take some time and it will try to basically import. So now it has opened the navigator over here. In navigator, it is showing all the Excel sheet, whatever is available over here. So I'll click on both the Excel sheet. Okay, and there's a two option over here, load and transform data. If you click on load, it will directly load to your Power BI. But if you click on transform data, it will go to the Power Query Editor. What is Power Query Editor? Basically, that is the ETL tool and which is used for the data transformation, data manipulation. Please, if you want to know more about this Power Query Editor, please watch my videos, previous videos. Okay, so let's get started. Again, click on transform data. As soon as you click on transform data, it will take some time and it will open the Power Query Editor over here, right? And it will create the two different sheet, by the way. One is the attack description, different ones. Other one is the global security, whatever the Excel sheet was, the name was there, same it has imported. First, let's try to understand attack description. In the attack description, there is only two column. Column 1, which is attack ID, and column 2, which is attack type. But if you see that the very first row, which is basically the header, it has not recognized over here as a header. So what we need to do, basically, we need to click on here, use first row as a header. As soon as you click on this, my header will become attack ID and attack type, and these are the details of those columns, means values. These are the values of those columns. Now this is in the text and it should be in the text. So it has basically correctly validated the data type over here. And this is also correct. So nothing to do over here. Now go to the global security sheet. Over here, if you see, my header is actually automatically detected. So nothing to do over here. Now try to understand each and every column's data type. So this is a country and country should be the string or text. So it is already considered as a text, right? It is already considered as a text. How we can identify this in the text? You see over here ABC. ABC means it is a text. Okay. Now year column. Year column basically having the year, but it has taken the what? It has taken the whole number. But let it be as it is because it is not in date and time format. So we cannot change this. If you try to change this into date and date, it will give some different date, which will be wrong. I guess. See, it is wrong. So again, we have done some mistake. How to cancel those mistakes? So whatever the action you do over here, it get recorded on this applied step. Okay. So just click on this change type. Just cancel this. It will go to the previous state. So right now, if you see, this is in the previous state. Okay. And it is showing ABC 1, 2, 3, right? But I want to convert this into what? I want to convert it into whole number as it was before. Next, attack ID. I don't want to change anything over here. Targeted industry as it is. Financial losses in millions. So it should be in the basically decimal. So I'll change into the decimal. Okay. Now, number of affected user, I will change this into the whole number. Okay, because this is a whole number. The users cannot be in the float, right? Cannot be in decimal. So it always will be in the whole number. Now attack source I'll keep as it is. Security vulnerability type I'll keep as it is, nothing to change over here. And over here defense mechanism used I'll keep as it is because nothing to change over here, it is a text. Again incident resolution time in hour, it is basically not in the not in the whole number, I'll change to a whole number. Okay, that's all I need to do on this data transformation, nothing else. Now what I'll do basically, I'll click on close and apply, and I'll click close and apply. So it will take some time and it will basically load your data in your Power BI and it will reflect everything over here. So after loading the data in your Power BI, the next step is that create the data model. Right now we have only two sheet, that is attack description and global cybersecurity. So we need to connect these two table. So first go to the model view. Once you go to the model view, if you see, if you have already enabled that automated data connection, it will be connected. Now if you see over here, it is basically which kind of connection, it is one to many. Why it is one to many? Because the attack ID and attack type in this sheet, it is unique, that's why it is here one. And in this sheet the attack ID is duplicate, means multiple, that's why it is in star, means many. Now if you want to validate the data, just click on table view and you can check your data over here. Just click on this and you can see your attack ID and attack type. If you click on global security, you can see all your data over here. So I have successfully imported all the data in my Power BI. Now the next step is that we will start to develop something. We will develop this kind of dashboard on our imported data. So let's get started. It will take maybe 1 hour or more than 1 hour. So have a patience, watch this video and try to do with me. So very first one we'll try to write our description, what kind of dashboard it is. So I'll click on text box. Now text box has been imported over here, right? Now I'll just make it align properly and I'll write over here cyber attack analytics and trend, analytics and trend, right? This is the one. Now I'll increase this font size little bit. Give me a second, guys. I'll increase the font size to 14. That is enough, I guess. Let me arrange this over here. Now I'll make it bold as well. And I'll make it white. Why? Because I want to change the background color. So I'll go to this. I'll click on this and I'll go to the effect over here. Once you click on this effect, there is a background color. So click on this and change the color to whatever you prefer. There is no basically there is no rule to change the color. So there is no rule to change this color. Okay, so based upon your choice, just change the color. Perfect. Now I want to make it more, I want to make it more decorative. So what I'll do, I want to make it more decorative. So I'll click on this, I'll go to the effect and I'll click on the visual borders and shadow. Perfect. Done. Now I'll try to arrange this little bit down and little bit on the left. Not much. Yeah, that's the right place. Now we know our data, we have already imported the data. The very first one, what we'll do, we'll create all kind of slicer whichever we require. So I'll click on this slicer available over here. Okay, and we will drag and drop over here because I want to keep all the slicer on the top. The very first slicer I want to create for the country. So if anyone want to see the data based upon the country, it must show it, the user must able to filter out based upon the country. Okay, now if you see that it is giving me in this shape, so I want to change this. So I'll click on this format your visual, go to the slicer setting, and over here the style is vertical list. I don't want vertical list, I want the drop down. So I'll click on the drop down. Okay, now I'll arrange this, I'll arrange little of this and I'll keep over here. Now I'll keep the exact shape and size whatever we required. So for that, what we will do basically, we will go to the format your visual, general, and over here there is a property. So I'll keep this height 61 and width will be 135. Perfect. This is what we need. Now what I'll do now, I'll click on this and I will basically change the color of this. So which color I want? I want to change the color of this. So I'll click on this and I'll go to the general. In the general, I have the option of effects. Click on this effects, then there's a color. Click on this and go to the more color. And I'll prefer this hexa code, which is already available with me. I'll just copy that hexa code and paste over here. Okay, once I'll paste over here, it will change the color. See what is exactly I want, it has changed. Now what I'll do now, whatever the data is available over here, it is not visible, right? So what I'll do, I'll change this to white. So I'll go to this visual and over here there is a value and I'll change this to white. Perfect. Now go to the general. Again, there is a title. Title is not available, but there should be country over here, right? So for that, go to the visual and there's an option over here, slice header. In the slice header, the country is mentioned and the color of this country is basically black. I'll change this to white as well. So now it is perfect, but still you can't see the country name correctly over here. Why? Because this is in the white color. So I'll change that color as well. So what color we need over here, we'll keep the same color with little lighter. So I'll go to again format your visual. Sorry, I'll click on this and I'll go to the general. In the general, I click on the effects and go to the color. Over here, more colors, and just copy this hexa code. Now I'll go to the visuals. Over here there is a value and there is a background. Go to the background and change this color to same, but change little lighter. Now if you click on this, you are able to see all the country name over here. Similarly, I want to create the other slicer as well for the other data. So I'll just copy and paste over here. Okay, again I control C, control V. So I'll copy and paste over here. Again control C, control V. I'll copy and paste over here. Perfect. So now after country, what kind of slicer we need over here? So people also may filter out based upon the year, right? So in the next slicer we want as a year. So I'll select this next slicer. I'll cancel this. I'll remove this country from this field and I will drag the year and I'll drop over here. So now if you will see, you can easily see the year filter over here. Next, after year, what should be next? Next should be the, maybe based upon the industry, what kind of based upon the industry, people may try to filter out the cyber analysis and the trend. So I'll again remove this country and I'll pass the targeted industry over here. Perfect. This is also done. Next, similarly, I'll try to filter out based upon the attack type. So attack type should be somewhere here. Yeah, this is one, attack type. Okay. Next, attack source. Control C, Control V, and attack source, from which source the attack has taken place. So attack source should be somewhere here. Let's find out attack source. This is one. So all the slicers are ready to filter out my data. So let's say once you have this data, what kind of first visualization you will do? Of course, if you have a data, you will try to filter out, or you will try to basically find out what is the total losses happened due to this cyber attack. So we'll try to create one measure where we will sum this financial losses. Okay. So what I'll do basically, I will create all the measures in separate table, so we can easily identify those measures. So for that, I'll click on this enter data. Okay. As soon as you click on this enter data, it will pop up the create table. Okay. Now you just name over here measure, because I want to give the name of this table measure. Perfect. And just load. As soon as you load this, it will take some time and it will load your table in your data section. So you can see the measure over here. Now, whatever the work we have done, try to save this. Otherwise, if you crash your Power BI desktop, whatever the work you have done, it will not save and you have to start it again. So I'll try to save this now. And I'll give the name to this Power BI report YT, means for the YouTube. And I click on save. And it has been saved last at 12:33 a.m. Now, perfect. So next, what I want to find out the total sum of the financial losses. So I'll click on this, I'll expand this, I'll right click and I'll click on new measure. Perfect. Now I write over here total financial losses. So it will basically sum of what? Sum of the financial losses, right? This is the one. This one. Please make sure that whenever you write any kind of text, if it is not visible, let me increase the font size. But never ever never ever try to write the complete column name. As soon as you write the column name, it should reflect, and you must select from here. If it is not reflecting, it means that there is some issue in your formula which you are writing. So always try to select from your suggestion. So this is the one, financial losses. I'll click on this, I'll close this. I'll enter. As soon as I enter, it will create the new measure, that is total financial losses. This is the empty column. Now what I'll do, I'll delete this. Why I'm deleting now, why I have not deleted before? Because if you have deleted before, it would have deleted the entire table from here. But now I have two different columns. One is measure, one is column. So if I'll delete this, it will maintain my table in the data section. Okay, so I'll delete from this model. Click on yes. So as soon as you delete this, the measure table save will change. See over here, the icon of the measure, this table has changed and it has moved to the top. So always the measure, a table which have all the measures, it will be on the top. Okay, so I have created this total finance. What I'll do, I'll try to visualize this over here. So to find out what is the total financial loss in the million dollar, which kind of visualization we need? We need the card. So I'll click on this card. I'll drag over here. I'll arrange this bit and I'll keep on the right place. And then I'll drag this measure and I'll drop it. Now I'll try to, let's say, reduce this font size. I'll try to reduce this font size, and the font size which I'll keep over here is basically 12. Okay. Now I don't want this whatever is data level over here. I'll remove this. I'll go to the general and I'll write my own title over here. So this is basically total loss in dollar. So I'll write over here this dollar symbol. Perfect. Now what should be the size of this title as well? So I'll keep this as a size to 9. Okay, perfect. Now this one is perfect. I'll try to make this whatever I have written on the top, this title, I'll try to keep in the middle and I'll make it bold little. Perfect. Total loss in dollar is 151.48k million, because it was before in million. Now what I'll do now, I'll change this color. I don't like this color, so I'll try to change this. So to change the background color, again you need to find the perfect color, whatever you like. So I have already this color which I have selected. So I will try to basically add the same color over here. So to change the color, again click on this format your visual, go to the general, go to the effect, and then click on this color, go to the more, and I'll copy and paste the hexa code whichever I have selected before. So I'll basically copy and paste the hexa code over here. So now it has changed this color. What I'll do next, I'll change the font color as well of the value. So I'll click on this colored value, and from this color I'll change to white. Perfect. Now I'll change the color of title as well. So I'll again select this, go to the format your visual, go to the general, over here title, and change the color to white. So this is what I have. Next, what I want, I'll copy and I paste over here. Next, I want that what is the total affected user, right? So again, we need to create a new measure. So right click, new measure, and total affected user equal to sum of user. It should be number of affected user. Always try to select, never ever write the complete column name with the data with the table. Why? Because if you select from here, the chances of getting mistake is very less. Okay, click on this. Now this total affected user is basically created. The measure of total affected user is created. Now click on this field and remove this total financial losses from here for the second slide, second value, second data card. Okay, and drag your total affected user to this. See, now 2 billion, there are 2 billion of users has been affected. Now if you see that the title is total loss, which is not the total loss in dollar, it is basically total affected user. So I'll go to the, again, format your visual, general, and title, and I'll click on the text and I'll change this to total affected user. Total affected user. Perfect. Hope you are enjoying this and you are learning with me. Now I want to keep the same size, but in the same size I'm not able to see whatever the value it is, right? So what I'll do, I'll click on this, go to the format visual, general, title, and uncheck this. After unchecking also, it is not possible to see, right? So let me change the font size of both values. So I'll click on this format visual and format this callout value is 12 over here, right? And it should be 12. Yeah, it is 12. Then it must be visible. It is also 12. Let me see the property. It is, what is the property of this? Let's make this 49. Now it is visible. Now if you see over here, I have maintained the 2 decimal point. It is very important whenever you are creating any kind of dashboard, it is important to maintain the symmetric visuals. Symmetric visual means if you are using the 2 decimal points over here, it should be also the 2 decimal points. The size of all the cards should be aligned together. Means the size of each card should be same, or it should not be divided more. If you know that, if you have noticed that it is let's say if you click on this and if you check this size, it is basically 41, height is 41, but for this it is how much? 49. But it's okay, we can minus this much, but it should not be something like this. Let's say if I'll click on this general property, it should not be 77, it should not be 80, or let's say it should not be 100. It should not be like this. It should be aligned properly. So I'll again click on this and I'll change this to 77. Hope you understand what I'm trying to do over here. Now I need to change this to decimal point. So go to the callout values, decimal point, decimal point 2. Okay, perfect. Now next, what kind of visualization we need? We need what is the maximum hour the user or the institution has taken to resolve this cyber attack. What is the maximum time? If you see our data over here, somewhere, if you see over here, somewhere it has taken 58 hour, 11 hour, 27 hour. But what is the maximum time? In this value, in this column, what is the maximum value we have? So that we'll try to find out. We'll try to visualize that one. So maximum 72 hours, or let's say 80 hours or 35 hours it has taken. It's not should be 35 because the maximum I can see over here 63, right? And here is 70, here is 70. So we'll try to understand. So what is the maximum hour the institution has taken to complete this defense mechanism against this cyber attack? Okay, so let's try to calculate that as well. So right click, new measure. Okay, and over here try to find out maximum hour, maximum hour, max hour, max hour equal to, I'll write max, and then I'll try to find the hours, right? The column name is hours. It should select over here column name or something. So column name, what is the column name over here? I think it's a resolution time. Resolution time, right? And click on this. It's created. See, maximum hour. So I'll copy this one. Which one? This one. Control C and Control V, and I pass over here. Okay, and I'll remove this total financial losses and I'll pass this over here. It is 72 hour. So there is a one incident, one cyber attack. It took the 72 hour to resolve that. This is what we're trying to understand from here. So now click on this, go to the general, go to the title, and you write over here max hour. Max hour. Max hour. Okay, perfect. Next, what you're trying to find? How many total attack happen in all the year, whatever is listed over here. So from 2015 till 2024, how many total attack happen? So that I want to find out. So for that, just right click again, new measure, and right over here, total attack. Total attack equal to how much it should be. So we need to count the row. I know that there is no null values, all the value are present. So if I count the row, it can show me the total number of attack. We have already counted in the Excel, it was showing the 3000 row are available. Means from the 2015 till 2024, there is a 3000 attacks, cyber attacks. So same thing we'll try to find over here. So count row, count rows, and then I'll pass the table name, which is a global. Okay, that's all. We just need to pass the table name over here. Now, total attack, I will copy this and paste over here. Paste over here. Okay. Now I'll remove this and total attack. So it has taken the 3000 attacks, not taken. It has showing that. It is showing that there's a 3000 attacks in last how many year? 5 plus 7 year, right? 7 year, right? No, 8 year actually, including this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 year. In last 10 year, there's a 3000 attacks. Perfect. Now I'll go to this here over here. I'll go to the, sorry, I should select this and general title, and I'll change the title to total attack. Total attack count. Attack count. Perfect. Total attack count. How much? 3000. So what I'll do, I'll click on this. I'll go to the general title. I'll remove this boldness from here. There's no impact. Okay, little reduce, increase this size then. Okay, perfect. But it should not be this much. It should, let's create the colored value and display unit. Let's change to thousands. Then also it is same. Let me check this title, reduce this. Now fine. Now go to the property and 7745. Okay, now it's fine. It is same. Now I want to find out that next, in how many different industry, on the how many different industry the attacks, the cyber attack has happened. So again, there will be a different industry. For that, I'll basically check the, I'll count the industry, right? Target industry count. So I'll click on this new measure, and I'll write over here target industry count. Target industry count. Count equal to distinct count, and over here I'll pass the industry, right? Target industry, and close this and click on this commit. Okay, now let's try to visualize that also. Now I'll remove this total attack and I'll pass this to targeted industry count. So it is showing 0k, means it is not in thousand. So I'll go to the format of visuals, call out values and display unit as a none. So there are total 7 different industry this cyber attack has taken place. Now I'll write over here type of industry type, industry count, not type, industry count. 7 distinct industry, means 7 industry where this attack has happened, this cyber attack. So these are the a kind of a total cumulative value we try to identify. Now if you try any kind of over here filter, it must apply on that. So let's say if I click on this year 2016, how many attack happened? So if you click on this, so total losses is 13.95k what million dollar. It has the effect. Now total affected user is 144.3003 million. Maximum hour in 72 hours also taken in 2016. Total count of attack is 0. It's showing 0k, means it is less than that. So I'll change this to display unit as none. Okay, so 285 attack happened in 2016, and again in 2016 also 7 distinct industry has been affected. Hope it is clear. Now what I want next is that I want to see on the basis of industry, on the basis of country, what is the loss. So what I'll do, basically I will take this, I'll click on this, wait a second, I'll click on this clustered bar chart. I'll click on this clustered bar chart. I'll drag over here and I will try to visualize by country wise what is the loss. Okay, the country wise what is the loss. So in the y-axis I will drag the country and in the x-axis I will drag to the total financial losses. Perfect. Now I will give the name to this first. Let's beautify this visualizations. Okay, so I'll go to the format of visual, go to general, title, and title I'll write over total financial losses by country. That is perfect. And I'll try to reduce the font size of this. So I'll keep the font size to 13 to this. Okay, and I'll keep this in the middle. That's perfect. Now what I'll do, basically I'll go to the visuals over here. I will remove this title from the x-axis. See what I have removed. If you click on this, title, it is removing this total financial losses. See, okay. And if you see over here, if you go to the y-axis and if you click on this title, it will remove the country. So we know this is the country, so I'll remove this, but I'll keep this total financial losses because it should reflect over here. Or I have given already the description total financial losses, so I'll remove this as well from here. I'll remove this title as well. Perfect. Total financial losses is this. Now I'll try to beautify this. So I'll give the same color whatever I've given to this, but little darker. So I'll click on this. I'll go to the general and go to the effect. Over here first I'll click on this visual borders and shadow. Perfect. Now I'll go to the background color and I'll go to the more color and I'll copy paste the same hexa code what I have used earlier. So for this, give me a second. I'll try to take the same hexa code whatever I have taken before and I'll paste it over here. I'll paste it over here. Perfect. Now as soon as I change the background color, if you'll see that I can't see anything over here, any numbers. So I'll change the number to white. All the text whatever is available over here, I'll change this into white. So I'll go to this value in the visual, and I'll click on color and this white. Perfect. Same, I'll go to the x-axis in the value and color, I'll change to white. Perfect, it is visible. Now even the title I'll change to white color. So I'll go to the title and it's over here, text color is black, I'll change to white. Perfect. Now if you see over here, all are in the same color, so I'll change this color. So I'll go to visuals again, and there's an option over here, bars, and there's an option color. So I'll click on this fx, nothing but the conditional formatting. So I'll apply the conditional formatting on this. So what kind of conditional formatting we should apply on this? So for that, I'll refer the earlier one, whatever I have applied. So over here, I'll click on rule gradient. Okay, in the gradient, I'll click on the middle color as well, and I'll change this color to, let's say, little light color, and this should be complete dark color. Okay, so based upon the data, whatever the data each country has, each country financial losses, it will auto give the color based upon this. Okay, count of country, no, it should not be the count of country, it should be the total loss, because it is total loss. Let me see the total loss. Okay, so what field should we base this on? So on what basis, on which field basis you want to apply the color? So I want to apply based upon the total losses. So based upon the total losses, whoever having a higher losses, it will give the darker. Whoever have the lighter, this losses, it will give the lighter color. Whoever in the middle, it will give this yellow, and it will follow the same pattern from the brighter to dark. Okay, and I click on OK. As soon as I click on this, it has given this color. Now I don't want this legend over here, so I'll click on this and I'll remove this. Now I want to show the data as well, so I'll click on data label, but this data label is not visible, so I will change this little. So the position should be inside. Now it is visible, correct? So this is what we have, and if you see in the financial losses, the China having the more losses, that is 1.9k into 2016, right? So let me clear the filter from here. So again, the UK having a more. So UK in all together, including all 10 year from 2015 till to 2024, it is UK having a more than Germany, Brazil, and so on, and China having a less. That is 14k actually, right? It is 14k. That's fine. Now I want to find out that based upon the attack type, what is our financial losses? So we have the attack type, right? If you see over here, our global cybersecurity sheet, in that there is an attack type. It should be somewhere here. I think it's in attack description, attack type. So based upon this, I want to see that which type has created the more financial losses. So what I'll do, I'll click on this donut chart for this. I have selected this donut chart to visualize this one. And I will first try to give all the beautification, whatever I have done over here, to this first. So I'll click on this, I'll click on format printer, and I'll drop over here. So it has given the exact same color and font to this. Now, what I'll do over here, I will click on this donut chart, and in the legend, I will drag and drop the attack type. Perfect. And the value, I'll pass the total financial losses. So you can see over here, this financial losses. Now I'll try to beautify this, go to the general and title, and try to reduce this size, total financial losses. Now next, go to the visual and data label. It should be outside, but the color should be white, right? Now it is visible. It is visible, guys, right? Now I don't want any kind of conditional formatting over here, so I'll change this slicer color based upon my preference. So DDoS should be, let's say, blue. I'll change this to blue, and phishing should be let's say dark, this color. This is also blue, dark blue. Then this should be orange, so SQL injection should be orange. So I'll click on this, Then this one, this is basically the ransom. Ransomware should be which color? I'll prefer the purple. So I'll prefer the purple for this. Malware. So malware I'll prefer to pink. And the very last one, which is nothing but the man in the middle, I will prefer some different color. Let's say red. No, red is not looking good over here, honestly. So I'll keep this color. That's nice. Okay, I want also, along with my data, it should show the name of the attack type. Otherwise, it is difficult to understand. You need to hover the mouse over here. So what I'll do, I'll go to the data label, and over here, label content. It should be all data label, right? All data label, and then the decimal unit should be 2. Sorry, is it display unit? It should be none, and the display decimal should be 2. And even the percentage decimal should be 2. Perfect. Now I'll try to visualize this like this. So from here, from this visualization, I can say that which attack type has created the more financial losses. If you see over here, this DDoS, it is 18.24 basically. It has created the more loss, but all are very close. Even 17.62%, this one 16.61, 16.16, 15.82, 15.55, all are close only. So I cannot say this DDoS is very far. I mean, it has created more financial losses on all the industry, but all are created the very balanced loss, which is basically very close to each other. Next, I want to find out that the security vulnerability, whatever we have, which one is more creating the threat for the user and the industry. So for that, I will take the tree map. Okay, and in the tree map, I will pass basically in the detail, in the category, I'll pass the security vulnerability. So security vulnerability, I'll drag and drop over here. Perfect. And in the value, I will pass the number of attack or total attack over here. So if you see, it has created the 0 day has created the 785, unpatched software 738, 730, weak password 730, and social engineering 747. So this is the impact on the vulnerability on attack. So I arrange little of this. Yeah, that's perfect. Now what I'll do, I'll also give the same color to this also. Okay, but it should not change the color of my, it should change only this background color. So what I'll do, I'll just click on this, I'll go to the general, and I'll go to the effects and background. So in the background, I'll click on this and I'll change the hexa code over here. So what is the hexa code I have? I'll go to copy and paste the same hexa code whatever I have used earlier, which is also the same one. Okay, now in the title, I'll make this as a white. Perfect. This is done. Now, next I want to find out that the year wise, what is the trend of the loss and the affected user. So for that trend, I'll use the line chart. Sorry, not this area chart. I'll click on this line chart. This line chart I'll drag and drop over here all together. I'll keep this, and the x-axis I will drag the year and I'll drop this. In the y-axis I will pass the total financial losses, and secondary y-axis I'll pass the total affected users. Perfect. This is the total affected users. Now I'll give the same format to this as well. And over here, if you see that the color of the line is not properly visible, even the text is not properly visible. So I'll try to beautify that part. So first one, I'll try to beautify the lines and the color of this. So I'll try to keep this as this color, and the total financial losses, I'll try to keep the orange color. Perfect. Now the value data label, the data label should be in the which color? Which it should be in the white color. If you want to see the data labels, it should be in the white color. Perfect. Now we need the legend also, which line reflect which line reflect the which data. So for that I'll click on not top left, I want on the center, not center left, I want on the center. So center again, not right, it's center top, on the center top, and it should be also the text should be in the white color, right? Then only I can see this. Even the axis of x and y should be in the value should be in the white color. So I'll change this to white, which is visible. And for the secondary y-axis also I want in the same color, which is white. So I'll click on the value and I'll go to the color and I'll change to the white. So it is visible over here. The secondary axis, it's basically which one? This is total financial losses and this is a total effect. Total effect is which line? This red line, and this total financial is the yellow line, which is I think this side. This is the one of the which one I have used for the secondary. Let me see over here. I am confused. Okay, total affected user. So total affected user in yellow. Sorry, it is in yellow. No, sorry, it is in red. So total affected user in the red, and it is on the left scale. Okay, and the right, it is basically reflecting the total financial losses. So based upon this, I would say that in year 2017 we have more affected user and more financial losses, and from 2020 this effect is flattened. Basically it's following the straight line, which more or less it is same every year, somehow plus minus some percentage will be. Okay, and in 2014 again, 2014 it is less than 2017, and the lowest is basically I would say it is this one. 2019 we have a less effect and less financial losses and less affected users. So this is what this trend is showing over here. Next I want to find out that, so till now we have already identified how much losses by country happen in this cyber attack, how much is the financial losses by attack type, so which type has created more financial losses, which vulnerability has raised or lead to the cyber attack. These are the like parameter we have already visualized over here. Top of that, we also visualize the trend, like which year we have more financial losses and user affected. Now next, what is left? Try to think on your data, what is left, how more you want to visualize the data. So I can say, let's every time try to see your data and then try to think what more we can visualize over here. So if you see over here, we have a attack source. We have not till now we have not checked, or we have not visualized like from which attack source have more impact on my financial losses or in the count of users, correct? Or maybe the average losses from this. So what we will do that, we will create a next visualization for this attack type. This is attack type, right? Not attack type, attack source. So I click on this, I'll go to this stack column chart. I'll click on this stack column chart, I'll bring over here, and in x-axis I want this attack. Where is the attack in attack defense mechanism, country, attack source? Yeah, this is the attack source. Perfect. Next I want to visualize the total losses. Top of that, I also want to visualize the total affected users. So I may need to create the different bar chart over here, but I'll not create that. What I'll do that, whatever available over here, I'll try to add over here. I'll add to the parameter. So what is parameter? Parameter is kind of a slicer kind of functionality. It is a slicer kind of functionality which can be applied on the created measure. So I'll create the parameter. Before that, I'll also create a one average financial losses. So I'll just right click on this and I'll click on new measure. Okay. Now you will ask me why I'm creating this average financial losses, because I want to visualize that what is the average financial losses by each attack source. What is the total financial losses by each attack source? What is the total user affected by each attack source? So for all these three visualization, I need to create the three different visualization. But what I'll do that I'll create a three different measures. In that, two are already available: financial losses, total financial losses, and total affected use are available, but average financial losses is not available. So I'm going to create this, and after that I'll combine all this parameter, all this measures into the parameter. So I can create a kind of slicer functionality top of this all three measures, and I can drag that parameter into my one visualization which have this all three data visualization over here, including all these three parameters or measures, you can say. So average financial loss equal to AVG, open bracket, it should be AVG, sorry, average, then financial loss, and click on this. Okay, so it has created this. Now what I'll do that I'll go to this modeling. There is a new parameter. I click on this and fields. Okay, and this parameter name is, let's say, metrics. I'll give the metrics field. From the measure, I'll select all those. So first I'll click on this average financial losses, total financial losses, and total affected users. Add slicer to this page. I'll create this. So it will create the parameter over here, and it will create this slicer as well. So I'll change the style of the slicer, and I'll change this to tile. Perfect. Now I will drag this on here. I'll drag this over here, little down. I'll try to move this using this position. I need little down this. Perfect. Horizontally it is perfect. Yeah, I'll arrange later on this. Okay, so again the color should be same. So you need to maintain the same color even if you are using or working in the industry. Every company having their own brand colors for the Power BI. So you have to maintain the same color for your all the projects or all the dashboards. So for this projects, I have selected this color. So that's why I'm using this color in all the visualizations over here. Perfect. Total affected, total financial losses, average financial losses. That's correct. Now what I'll do that I will select this bar chart. I'll remove this total financial losses from here, and from the metrics I'll drag and drop over here. Perfect. Now if you see that if I'll change this total financial losses, it is changing. Total affected users, it is changing, right? Now let me beautify this visualization as well. So what I'll do first, I'll take this format and I'll pass this to. Perfect. So now if you see over here, I can easily identify the total affected user by each attack source, the total financial losses by each attack source, and average financial losses by each attack source. So this is what we want to create a slice, measure based slicer on our visualizations. Now let me enable this as well. It's already enabled, visual borders and shadow. So this is what we want to create over here. Now let me increase the font size little. That's perfect. Now next I want a metric view on this, where I want my country wise, sorry, my data industry wise, and year wise visualizations. So what I want to visualize over here, there should be my industry, there should be my year, and I want to see what is the average loss, what is the total loss, what is the total affected user in each industry, each year. So I want to visualize my these three parameter, whatever is there based upon the industry and year. So for that, the best option is metric view. Correct. In the row, I'll pass targeted industry, and in the column I'll pass the year. Perfect. And in the value I'll pass the metric over here. Again, I'll take this and I'll pass over here. Perfect. Now let me beautify this as well little bit. So for that, let me visualize this part. I'll click on this and I'll go to the format visual and style, and the style should be a constant alternate row. Perfect. This is what I want, but I don't want this color. I want some different color. Before that, I will change the column value over here. If you see this value, this is very large value, right? So I'll change this color, this value. So I'll go to this, I'll click on this matrix and I'll go to the specific columns. In the specific column, there's an option over here. Now total affected user display unit, make it million. Okay, and display decimal should be 2. Now click on total financial loss, and click on this metric view, go to the specific column, total financial loss is selected. Now go to the display unit, click on the million, but million is very large for this, so click on the thousands, and decimal unit should be 2. Click on enter. Perfect. Now I'll try to arrange this little this way. I cannot arrange, I think I cannot. Actually, I want to narrow down this, whatever the spacing over here, but I think there's no, I can do this from here. Yeah, that's perfect. And you can easily identify each and every parameter from here. What is the average financial loss by each industry each year? What is the total financial losses? What is the total affected users over here? Perfect. Now what I'll do over here, I'll drag little to this, or I'll keep this over here and I'll drag this part. Yeah, that's perfect. So I'm keeping this space over here, which is not even useful, right? That's the right thing. I cannot use the space over here. So what I'll do that, I'll drag this over here and I will drag this as well over here. Okay, little formatting required. Later on we'll try to do the formatting, but as of now, whatever is possible, I'll try to fix it so I can keep more space over here for more visualizations. Okay, now next I want to that what I want to create is, if you see over here, I have already 1 second, just go to the global cybersecurity. Yeah, so if you see over here, we have a number of affected users, right? We have the number of affected users. So based upon that, I want to see that how is the impact on that. Okay, so how is the impact? I want to categorize these affected users in the 3 different categories. So low impact, high, medium impact, and high impact. So if you see, the lowest number is 424. If you go to the last to this, it has how much? I think 9,96,762. Correct? So it is basically approx 10 lakhs. So I want to categorize that. I want to see that this cyber attack, how it has impacted the how much it has impacted on the lower audience, middle audience, and the higher audience. So I want to create 3 buckets: higher, lower, and middle, or you can say lower, middle, and higher. Correct? And based upon that, I want to create some condition, and I'll give the marking to each and every affected users based upon that. So what I'll do that, I'll right click on this and I create a new column, because whenever you're trying to do the bucketing, you are doing the row level, like each row should go under that criteria. So for that, you need to create the calculated column. Major will not work on this, and calculated column you can create only in that particular table where you have the actual data. Correct? You cannot create in the major table. So I'll write over here, the name is that user impact equal to, I'll write over here switch Now, what is the switch and how it is work? Please refer my playlist. You will find there the video. So this is the project part. I cannot explain each and every DEX over here. Try to understand. Switch. Okay, the value I'll write over here, global user, number of affected user. Yeah, that's one. And it should, if it is less than 2 lakhs, 2 lakhs 50,000, right? 2 lakhs 50,000. It is 2 lakhs 50,000. Yeah, it is 2 lakh 50,000. Then I'll say it is lower. Low, I mean not lower, it is low. Okay, now it is global affected user, global number of affected user. If this one is greater than 5 lakhs, if it is greater than 5 lakhs, then I will say this is the high, sorry, medium. Okay, and otherwise it is high. So this is what I want to create. So now if you see that, it will create the 3 different parameter over here. It is high, low and medium. So based upon that, I want to find out that how much is the impact on our attack, cyber attack on the low side, higher side and medium side. So for that, I'll take this. My mouse is not working. What happened to this? Oh, it's working now. Yeah, so I'll take the pie chart of this. Okay, as soon as I click on the pie chart, it has taken the pie chart on my visualization. I'll try to adjust this and then I'll pass in the legend user impact. Okay, and in the value, number of attacks or total attack. Perfect. What I'll do that I'll try to first arrange this title, total attack percentage, attack percentage, attack percentage. Why I'm writing this attack percentage, I will let you know shortly. So attack percentage, now I don't want this legend over here because I want to give the data labels as a all detail. Perfect. Remove this part and I want only percentage, right? Percentage and data label. So total, percentage and category name. Yeah. So on the higher side, there are 50% of the user affected, means there are 50% attack where the users are affected more than 50 lakhs, right? It was 50 lakhs, 5 lakhs. Let me check what I have given here. It is, I think, 5 lakhs. Yeah, it is 5 lakhs, not 50 lakhs, because we have maximum 10 lakhs, right? So, and more, there is a 25, which is basically in the range of 2 lakhs 50,000 to 5 lakhs. And there is a 50% which is more than the 5 lakhs. And there are 24% attack, cyber attack, which has affected the users less than how much? 2 lakhs 50,000. Each record I'm telling here. Now, take this, format your format printer and apply on this. My throat is paining, guys. Let me have some water. From continuously 1 hour, I think I'm speaking. Okay, now, so my all the whatever you see this data level, it is not visible. So what I'll do that I'll change the color. So I'm already in the data level value and I'll go to the value and change the color to white. Perfect. Now I want to change this color of slicer as well. So what I'll do that I'll go to the slicer, and on the higher side I'll keep this dark color. This is already there. On the medium side I'll keep this yellow, and on the lower side I'll keep this this color a little up, little brighter, I mean. Yeah, that is what. But on the higher side I want this color actually. Yeah, this is fine. This is what I want on the attack. So hope I'll arrange later on this, whatever is there. Next I want to find that the industry based, what is the loss and loss percentage. So industry based, what is the loss and what is the loss percentage, that I want to find out. So for that I'll take again the over here bar chart. Okay, and I'll drag till last, and on the x-axis I will pass the industry type over here, and in the y-axis I will pass the total financial loss, and I will take basically bar chart with the line graph. Okay, and the line graph will pass the percentage of the losses by in each industry. What is that? By total losses is 151.48k. Cumulative loss is this much, but what is the industry wise losses, that is visible over here, and what is the percentage of each industry on the total losses. Okay, so what I'm trying to find out over here, I'm trying to find out over here is that what is that percentage of loss. So again, if I take this over here, let's say, and I try to find let's say, let me see if I can find out from here. So value as percentage of grand total. Okay, so it will show the percentage of the grand total. So IT industry having a 16.38%, correct? This is what it is showing. So from the total, the IT industries having a 16.38% of the losses from the total of 151.48. Okay, now what I'll do that I'll arrange this. I'll do the beautification of this part as well. Perfect. Now let me do some more beautification over here because it's looking little clumsy. So what I'll do, I'll go to the data labels, and the data labels I have the background. I'll turn off this background. Okay, and value, and the value I will change this to white color. Perfect. Now I'll go to the y-axis, and the value I'll change to white color, which is already there. But for the line graph, which is the secondary y-axis, my my value is not in the that color, white color. So I'll go to the secondary y-axis. White is not showing over here, but it is showing the percentage, right? This should be the secondary y-axis, and the value should be over here white. Perfect. So this is all it's showing. Now the secondary y-axis display value is okay, 2%. That's perfect. Now the position of that is important. Line graph. I want the data labels. Data labels for, let's say, percentage. What is the position I want? I want the above. Let's say I'll keep this auto. Okay, and for this total financial losses, I'll keep this inside base. Now it is perfect. It is showing perfect. Now I want to find out next, and the last visualization is what is the which kind of defense mechanism has been used most. So for that, I'll not create any kind of a DEX or something. I'll directly use this my defense mechanism over here, and I'll drag that. So for that, we use the word chart, which is not available over here. So we'll import that. So we'll also show you that how to import the visual which is not available over here. So just right click on this three dot, and the option is coming get more visuals. Click on this and click on get more visuals. Perfect. Now as soon as you click on this, it will open the new pop-up window over here. And what I'll do over here, as soon as it's open, I'll click on the search bar, and in the search bar I'll write over here word. Okay, so this one word cloud I want. So I'll click on this word cloud, and I'll take this word cloud to my desktop. So I'll just click on add. As soon as I do this, it will add this word cloud over here. You can see, right? So now I'll click on this word cloud. Not here, it has changed this one. It should be this. Okay, I'll click on empty space, and I click on this word cloud. And in this, I'll pass this, let's say, metric. Value is metric, and affected you sorry defense mechanism, this one. Perfect. So in the total affected is antivirus, in this also it is antivirus. So most of the time the antivirus has used to remove the cybersecurity or to tackle the cybersecurity. Okay, and I'll change the name to this as a defense mechanism. I'll change the name to this as a defense mechanism. Let's remove this and paste it over here. Defense mechanism. Yeah, I'll make it center. I'll reduce the size of this. That's perfect. Now what I'll do, I'll arrange this little bit over here, and this should be this color. Perfect. But I don't want this should be, the text should be in this color. It should be earlier color. Wait a second, Control Z. The Control Z should work on this. Or let it be. If it's not working, that's okay. But it hang actually. Yeah, that's perfect. So now let's arrange our dashboard. It is not moving. That is moving now. So now what happened when you have a lot of things are open, basically Power BI with data takes a lot of space in your RAM. So sometimes it's hang also. It's happened a lot when I was in industry, in the project I was working on, the various complex Power BI projects. It crashed multiple times. So it's always good to save this. Okay, now let's try to arrange everything. Little bit. So let's see the size of this. 135/60, that's okay. 135 and 60, that is okay. That is fine. Let's increase the size of this and arrange based upon that. Let's bring this way, and this one also little to the left, sorry, right. Okay, now what I'm doing, that all the dashboard, all the visualization is ready. I'm doing the arrangement and beautification if required. So my UI UX, the look and feel of the dashboard should be professional, right? So that is most important, guys. Writing a deck is okay, creating a visualization is also okay, but the look and feel of your dashboard should be very much professional. Hope you understand that very well, that arrangement and text size, everything matters a lot when you are developing a real world industry based project. Okay, I'll increase this font size, that should meet size of this, and I'll increase this font size. I'll keep in the middle, and let's keep in the middle actually. Yeah, and increase this little, not 16, let's keep it 14 only, but it should be little. Let me select this, and I want it should be in middle, not top. Let me do it little on the top. I want actually this is not middle. That's fine. Now that's perfect place, but the size of this I think is bigger. Let me see this. 61308, width is 308 and it's 345. Okay, that's fine, that's not a problem, it's perfect. Now let's arrange this all together a little bit, and you need to basically spend more time on your UI UX compared to your creation of dashboard. This is what I have felt, and this is what I have done when I was working on the real-time projects. So this is actually required. It should be, the look and feel of this dashboard should be very much professional. Okay, so let me arrange this also a little bit over here. Let me drag this to the last. Okay, perfect. Now I'll drag this to over here little. This part I'll drag over here, make it a little down. Okay. And this part closer to this and increase the size of this. Perfect. This one, increase the size of this, and this one, increase the size of this also, and increase the width also here. Little bit. Yeah. Now I'll increase the size of this there because it's looking more gap over here, and this one as well. Somehow it's fine now. The last look and feel I should give this is as a data filter, means this filter I should give. So this is the dashboard, guys, which we have created in this video, and we have given a lot of analysis over here. If you see, let me decrease the size of here, let me give me some more space over here, and here as well give more space, and over here also a little bit of space. Yeah, that's good now. So what I'm trying to say that I have given the lot of filter over here. Okay, so this is also one of the responsibility that we should give the clear filter icon over here. So if any user comes, directly click on the filter and it should clear all the filter. Okay, so for that I'll go to the web and I'll write over here clear filter icon, and click on this clear filter icon and download anyone without background. Let's say this is okay. This is okay, right? So I'll download this as a PNG. Downloaded, right? Now I'll go to my dashboard and there's an option to, I think, optimize. No, sorry, view. In the view or insert. Go to the insert. There's an option of image over here. Click on this and go to the downloads and click on your filter icon, which you have downloaded. Clear filter icon, and bring this to over here. Bring this over here. Now what I'll do that, see, all the filter are now all, means I have not applied any kind of filter over here. So what I'll do the book, I'll create the bookmark. So I'll go to the view and I create the bookmark of this. Bookmark created. I'll give the name to this as a clear filter. Clear filter. Perfect. Now what I'll do that, I'll click on this image. I'll click on this image, then action, and in the action I'll click on the bookmark, and whatever I've created I'll pass this over here. Perfect. And I'll rename this, let's say cyber attack dashboard. Okay, now let's apply some of the filter. Let's say national site, right? It's national state, and it is not showing. So what we'll do that, we'll increase the size of this little, and it is showing, right? Attack type, let's say this is also not showing. So let's increase the little size of this because your data should be visible over here. Let's say phishing. Okay, I have created this. Now let's say I want to clear the filter. So what I'll do, control and click on this. All the filter has cleared, and it is in the initial stage. So that's why it is important to clear all the filter at a time. We use this one. Now my dashboard is ready. What I'll do that, I'll try to publish this. So to publish this, go to the home and there's an option to publish. Before publishing, it is important that you should have the working mail ID. Working is your professional mail ID, because on your Gmail mail ID, it will not publish. So you need the mail ID, professional mail ID or working mail ID, then only it will enable the publish icon over here. So click on this after signing and then first save this. Okay, once it is saved, now I have already click on the publish and click on my workspace and click select, because I have already created the my workspace. I think if you are not aware of this, please refer my older video where I have already given the all the description, what is my workspace, what is Power BI services, everything, and how why do we need this. Okay, now it is already published on my workspace, so I'll click on this. So as soon as I click on this, it has created open this app powerbi.com. So it is the Power BI service where my dashboard is published, and I can share this link and anyone can see that. So now let's apply some filter over here. So let's say in the France, in the year of 2019, what is the loss? What is the data it's showing? Now I want to clear the filter. So I just click on the filter. It will clear everything. So this is, guys, a complete data visualization project on cybersecurity. I hope you like this and you have enjoyed making this. So please don't only watch the video, try to prepare the similar kind of a Power BI dashboard, pause the video and try to do again, play the video and do. So I hope once you complete this, you will have a lot of exposure in the Power BI. Thank you so much. Stay connected. And after this, we are starting immediately Python from basic to advanced. Thank you so much, guys.